Without direction, discipline dies, and without purpose, comfort wins. Whenever you go through your life without any real set goal that you want to achieve, then you can be easily distracted and easily pulled off path. I even think back to when I was at school. The people who did well at school were the people that wanted to go to sixth year, wanted to go to college, wanted to get they had a job in mind, whereas I sort of ran around school very aimlessly, and that's why I didn't get anything out of school whatsoever. And this came up during this week. I was talking to someone, and they were basically saying that they felt lost, and they said it as if it was, I feel lost. I feel like I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm making any progress. And my question was, well, where are you trying to progress to? Where are you actually trying to go? And they didn't know. So the focus was on the wrong thing. They thought that they were lost, they were off track, but in fact they didn't even have a track. So when you don't have a direction, a goal, or a track to actually walk, then you will feel lost, but you're not actually lost because you don't know where the fuck you don't have any destination. It's not that you don't know where you're going. You've no destination. You've no reason to keep going the direction that you're going, because maybe where you want to be is over here, but because you haven't zoned in on your actual goal, rather than going towards it, you're going completely the opposite direction from it. So it's really important to have a purpose. So what is it that you want to achieve? Who do you want to be? What do you want to become? Purpose doesn't shout, it whispers, so you need to be silent to hear it. Sometimes we're so stressed about not being where we wanted to be when we're 40, not achieving the things that we set out to achieve, just not feeling like you are living to your full potential. But when you're thinking and feeling all these things, you're noisy, your mind's noisy, you probably talk about it to other people. I don't feel like I've hit my full potential. Because you're not sitting quietly, you can't actually hear what it is that you enjoy, what potential lies within you, what direction should you be going in. So direction doesn't mean that you have it all figured out, it just means you stop drifting. So in my life, I've went in some fucking random directions. I wanted to be a kung fu instructor. That was all I wanted to do. Then I transitioned into a speaker, and during being a speaker, I was a magician, and I've wrote a book, so I'm an author, and I've all these directions that I've went on, and sometimes I feel lost. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, is this the right, like, should I really be studying mentalism, learning how to be a mentalist? Not just because I watched the TV show, but because I loved mentalism. And then as I quiet down and sit and do my self-reflection, I realize that all the skills I'm learning in mentalism, how to read body language, how to understand what people are saying, why they're saying it, how to lead and persuade, all those things fit into being a Kung Fu instructor, being a speaker, being a mentor, being a coach. So actually all these mad directions I thought I was going in, even doing the pole dancing, it seems completely fucking random to be doing that. But when you think about it, it was setting a goal, setting a challenge, overcoming doubts. The amount of people just laughed when I said I was going to do it and when I was going to compete. Sticking to who I am and focusing on what I want to achieve in my life. And at that time was just to compete in pole dancing. When you sit silently and you let yourself just really think about what it is you're doing, what it is you want to achieve, all these random paths became branches of the trunk. So the trunk for me was to be a leader, to be someone that you can come to for guidance, someone that's done things that most would think is impossible or stupid or not worth doing. I've done all these things, I've learnt all these skills, so now I have the main trunk of my coaching, my teaching, my leading, with all these branches that I can go and So if I'm working with you, I can go, right, this person needs to be approached from this branch. This person needs this branch. Like the amount of times I've used magic within a therapy session when I was doing hypnotherapy with adults, with children, with everyone. I use magic on stage. I use linguistics and body language and presence all the time. I use the postural work from Kung Fu all the time. Even when I'm doing this, I'm not slouching. I sit upright because it makes me feel more powerful. So I feel like my message has got more resonance rather than if I was just sort of leaning back and being comfortable. I'm expanded my chest. So all of these things that I've been doing all come together. So you need to quiet down, sit with yourself to see what your purpose is. So when you have a purpose and a mission, you just go through life differently. You walk differently. I was talking about this recently, where throughout my life I've been in shops and people think I work there just because of the way even if I'm dressed like this, because of how I'm standing or how I'm moving around. I've been in bars and nightclubs and people have thought I've been some sort of security because of how I stand and protect myself in those environments. I remember actually the first hypnotherapy course I ever went to. It wasn't even a hypnotherapy, sorry, it was a street hypnosis course down in Dublin. And I went into the room and there was people already there and they thought I was the instructor because of how I entered the room and the presence that I created when I came into the place. So having that purpose just changes the way you interact with life, with people, with everything that's going on. So it's important to have that. If you don't have direction, you're just going to drift around and then you'll look back and you'll regret things, but you'll not really know what you're regretting because you don't actually know where you're. Like if I could look back and go, fuck, taking 5 years to be a stage magician was probably a waste, whenever this is actually what I love doing. Not just podcasting, but coaching people. But because I know the direction that I'm going in, I can look back at those 5 years and go, well, that taught me how to, like, under pressure, be in front of a crowd, how to talk to people, how to interact with people, how to read people, how to own a room, how to project my voice. Everything that actually went into that crosses over to everything else that I do. So this is what I want you to do, your North Star letter. So write down your personal code. So what is your personal code? Who do you want to be? What ethics do you want to have? What core beliefs do you actually, one of my core beliefs is respect. I give people respect and I want respect in return. And that's just something that'll happen even if someone's telling me like this person's a fucking asshole. They don't like them. I hate them. I hate being in their company. I'm still going to give you respect at the start because you haven't been an asshole to me. So the respect will be mutual, hopefully. Maybe if you are an asshole, then it won't be. And then eventually I'll realize this person isn't respectful. They're not someone that needs to be in my ecosystem. So write down your personal code. Like, what do you serve? What do you protect? What do you need to become and why? Having that sort of North Star letter gives you the original direction. And this can change. Like, look at my life, like so many segues, but now they're the branches of my tree, of my actual trunk. So think about that. Do your North Star letter. Write down your personal code. Write down who you serve. What do you protect? Or not who do you serve? What do you serve? What do you protect? And what do you need to become and why? That will give you the direction. Feel free to reach out to me with this letter if you want to discuss it and be like, all right, I'm trying to do this. Am I on the right path? What's the crack? If you just continue to drift, then you'll continue to feel lost, feel dejected, feel unworthy of success and whatever success looks like to you, because you don't know really where you're going or what you're actually trying to achieve. Like, the easiest analogy in the world, but imagine if you just decided you're going to set out on a journey tomorrow. You drive out of your garden or your park and you've options, go left, go right, you're already struggling because you don't know, like, do you go left, do you go right? Does it fucking matter because you don't know where you're going? Whereas if you know where you're going and you set it in the sat nav, that's your North Star letter, you get to that first turning point and then the sat nav goes, right, we need to go this way if we want to achieve this goal. And then maybe the closer you get it, the more you realize actually this was just the first thing. I wanted to learn this first thing. So the first thing might be go to a kung fu class, go to a high rocks class, go to a CrossFit class, wrestling, whatever it is. And then when you get there, you go, fuck, I'm going to go to this twice a week. And then that becomes your goal. And then I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to learn this move. And actually, you know what? I might compete. And then I might compete more. Actually, I might become a coach. The North Star letter will change as you develop and grow as a person. So thanks for listening. Have a super awesome day, whatever you get up to, and I'll speak to you again soon.